Good evening to all. I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Ji, sir, good evening. Sir, can I start?
Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, I think we can start. Some issue with my camera, but it's okay.
Okay, sir. I'm starting. Good evening. Good evening to all the participants, chief guests, guests of honor, chief patrons, and post actors. I warmly welcome you all to the valedictory session of the 1 week international training program, Plan 2025. My name is Manchot Kaur, and I have the privilege of anchoring today's valuable event. Many participants have joined us through our YouTube channel also. Before moving forward, remembering God and taking His holy name, we begin today's session. Now, moving forward, on the behalf of Agriverse Green, our esteemed knowledge partners, ICR Atari Ludhiana and ICR Kolkata, and our valued collaborators, Chandigarh University, Biocorp Seeds, Akal Degree College, and Sra Welfare Foundation Trust. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the International Training Program, Plan 2025. Practical Learning in Agriculture and Allied Next Generation Techniques, also known as Plant 2025, being held from 18 to 24 December 2025. Plant 2025. Plant 2025 is not just a training program. It is a movement towards transformative agriculture. Over the next week, participants will immerse themselves in cutting-edge modules on digital agriculture tools, entrepreneurship in agribusiness, sustainable farming practices, integrated horticulture systems, climate resilience strategies, global bloom initiative, inclusive growth modules, academic excellence session. Our vision of Plan 2025 is to lead a transformative movement in agriculture and allied sciences through ethical research, innovative technology, and sustainable entrepreneurship that uplifts communities and ensure global food and resource security. Our mission of Plant 2025 is to empower researchers, entrepreneurs, and farmers by fostering academic integrity, advancing agri-tech solutions, and promoting sustainable practices in seed production, livestock, exotic crops, and resource management, driving inclusive growth and international competitiveness. The key objective of Plant 2025 is first is to provide participants with digital agriculture tools, including drones, AI, IoT, and mobile application to enhance precision farming and disease control. Second objective is to foster innovative thinking in agribusiness by guiding participants to design, launch, and scale sustainable and profitable agri-enterprises. Promote sustainable farming practices that conserve resources, improve soil health, and support long-term ecological balance. Integrate horticulture system across vegetables, fruits, and floriculture to diversify farm income and enhance agro-ecosystem resilience. Encourage innovation and problem solving through hands-on learning, case studies, and exposure to emerging agricultural technologies. Enhance academic writing and publishing skills to empower participants to contribute to education discourse and circulate impactful findings. Build a collaborative learning environment that connects farmers, researchers, entrepreneurs, and policymakers for holistic agriculture development. Now, looking forward, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Nilabadi Samantrai. He is a technology strategist, digital transformation expert, and AI leader with a career spanning multiple global industries and innovation ecosystems. He holds a prestigious management credential from the Indian Institute of Management, IIM Bangalore, complemented by a Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science, forming a strong foundation that bridges advanced technology with strategic business leadership. Over the past 2 decades, Nilabadi has built a reputation for architecting and executing large-scale digital transformative programs across diverse sectors, including government, agriculture and food system, telecom, media and entertainment, mining, ports, oil and gas, and several other mission critical domains. His work consistently focuses on leveraging AI data, emerging technologies to solve complex problems, enhance operational efficiency, and create sustainable future-ready organization. Mr. Nilavadi has held several inflation leadership roles in the global technology landscape as the Chief Digital Officer and Vice President at CSM Technologies. Today, Mr. Nilavadi is the co-founder of a stealth mode AI startup based in Canada, where he is shaping next generation AI solution aimed at redefining how enterprises harness intelligence at scale. Alongside his independent pursuits, he continues to advise global organizations on AI strategy, data and driven transformation, digital governments, and the responsible adoption of emerging technologies. Mr. Nilabadi Samantare is an eminent speaker for the Plan 2025 International Training Program. Today, he will deliver a lecture on technology and innovation in agriculture, transforming the future of farming and global food systems, where he will share his expertise on how artificial intelligence, digital platforms, and emerging technologies are revolutionizing agriculture and ensuring resilient, sustainable food system worldwide. We are privileged to invite Mr. Nilvadi Sumantare, our guest of honor, to grace this program with his word. Sir,
Good evening, everyone.
Would you?
Am I audible? Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Manjot. Thanks for the nice introduction. And it's a pleasure to talk to all of you. And I will start with sharing some slides. Is that fine? Can I go ahead and share some slides?
Yes, sir. You can.
Okay. Yeah. I will just switch off the camera. Okay. So that I can toggle between. Okay. Is this visible to everybody, the slides? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So, Manjot, thanks again. And I see around 183 people are there. So good to see all of 195. Okay, that's wonderful. We have a pretty good audience out there. So it's a request to the participants. I would like it to be interactive, not while I'm running through the slides, but yes, after the slides, I would like a lot of Q&A from your side so that I can address specific questions that you might have. So you can note down your questions. And as we complete the session, the presentation, then we'll have a question answer for any specific queries you might have. To start with, this is me, Nilabdi Samantare. So I was Chief Digital Officer in my previous organization, which was CSM Technologies, and where we did a lot of agri-tech intervention. So I was in CSM for around 5 years, and we worked with multiple state governments across India. We have worked with like Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka. We also did a project for Punjab. That was not an agri-tech project, but a different sector project. So we did with Himachal. It's like almost all the states, north, east, west, south, and northeast, all of that we have worked in CSM. Prior to that, I was with IBM, where again I had worked across multiple industries. And right now, I have a startup company in Canada. Right now, I'm here there's a place called Regina. So this is what is Regina right now. So the temperature today, it's I think minus 16 degrees today. Yesterday it was minus 26. So this is the current Regina where I stay. However, Regina in Saskatchewan, Canada doesn't look like this in other months. This is what it happens. After 2 months, it will become like something like this. Around March, it will be green, not white. That's a bit about myself. Now moving on in today's agenda. We will talk a bit about, this is the agenda, not in a specific order, but we talk about the current challenges in global agriculture. What are the agricultural technologies, the overview of the same. We'll talk a bit about smart farming or precision agriculture and smart farming. What are the different digital tools and AI applications there in agri-tech? And when I say agri-tech, it is agriculture technology, as all of you know. And then we do a bit of biotechnology, sustainable tech solutions. We just talk about 2 countries as a case study. I will also maybe talk about some other case studies from IBM and from CSM as well, and how the future looks like. Any recommendation, we'll talk about it. So yeah, before we start, just to tell you about Saskatchewan, where I stay. This is called the wheat basket of Canada. Just like we say Punjab, Haryana is the wheat basket of India. Something similar. Saskatchewan is the wheat basket of Canada because the 40% of the entire wheat is from this single state, from this single province. And this is part of the prairies, that is Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. These are the 3 provinces where most of the farming, the mines and minerals, oil and gas, all of that, the natural resources that come from the major chunk comes from these 3 states, which are adjacent states. Now, moving on, global agriculture challenges. Needless to say, the global population is going to be 9.7 billion by 2050. And it's something like this. It will go to peak around 2080, that is 10 billion, and then it declines. But right now, it's in an increase across the world, across most of the countries. So that results in a lot of issues like food security issues, malnutrition. Continuous farming also causes degradation of the soil and water resources. Climate change and extreme weather is impacting the farming across the globe. There is a labor shortage in many countries. The reason is, including India, if you look at it, people are moving from rural to the urban cities. That migration is happening across India and the world. And there are also post-harvest losses, 30 to 40%. So these are like, whether it is a storage loss or we don't have there is excess production of certain crops and shortage of some other crops, and then there is some damage that happens post-production and storage. So those are kind of things that are challenging. And then sustainable farming is also an area that we have to make it sustainable, and that is one of the global challenges that we see in agriculture. Technology as a game changer. Yes, let me just hide this. Okay. Yes, so we will talk about how technology can be a game changer. I'm sure many of the audience are aware of most of the technology, if not, but this is we are just trying to put everything together from a perspective that what is happening across the globe, because it is it's a session, international session. So we will talk about what's happening across the globe, including India. What is the current status? So we want to increase productivity while reducing the resources. As we said, labor, wherever it is labor incentive, we have to optimize the same. Real-time monitoring, both livestock as well as crops. Reduction of environmental footprints. We don't leave, we have to reduce the carbon footprint. Then there are many ways to do that. At the same time, the most important is when we say reduction of labor, we are not talking about making farmers jobless. What we are talking about is increasing the livelihoods and income of farmers. How the farmer is going to benefit. As Elon Musk famously said, a couple of decades from now, for him it is very aggressive. He says 20 years from now, people don't have to work. It may not be like that. It will take some more time, but there will be a time when there will be enough food security and everything else so that people live more comfortable lives. Enhancing supply chain efficiency, that is very important. And that's the backbone of the same is infrastructure, both the physical infrastructure as well as the digital infrastructure, which ensures the supply chain is efficient. Building climate resilient agriculture. It should not be very dependent on the climate. So if there is a if the rain scarcity is there, we should have enough irrigation alternatives available. If there is a lot of heat is there, and plus if the winter is harsh, so we should always be resilient to agriculture, the climate. The agriculture should be resilient to the same. And democratizing access to agricultural knowledge, it should be available to all farmers across the globe, and it should be easy for them to access it and to understand it, how that's going to help, the knowledge is going to help them to have better produce. Precision agriculture technologies are those technologies which ensures that you optimize your total produce, you reduce the losses. So it's like, for example, the drones for crop surveillance and spraying. So in India, a lot of states, they use drones for crop surveillance and spraying, including like Andhra Pradesh, Punjab. So many states, I think most of the states, they have started using drone for the spraying of the pesticides. And there are some use cases where the surveillance is also done, where we take some images, we process those images, and the pests as well as any plant disease, that is also leveraged by and addressed by those drone images and satellite images. GPS and GIS mapping for field management. There is a very interesting use case that was done in Odisha. I will talk about it, how GPS and GIS mapping was done for field management. Soil sensors, moisture monitoring. We can find out what is the soil health, like what is the moisture, what is the pH value, and all other things through technology, through sensors, and through images also. Yield mapping and monitoring. We can do yield prediction on different criteria when the right data input is done. Automated irrigation systems is also something which certain things is being done manless, and certain things needs human intervention or collaboration. And variable rate technology, it's VRTR. Basically, it will decide that where you have to put more pesticides, where you have to put less, where is more of fertilizers to be. So it's not a one size fit all. So VRT ensures that proper distribution of how you will optimize the farming. Cost of production, input cost has to be reduced and the output has to be increased. That is the basic idea behind it. And the modern urban farming technologies, as in the top it is mentioned, of course, there is a vertical farming. There are that we will revisit that down the slides. Hydroponics and aeroponics is there. IoT sensors and automation. LED grow lights. That is the technology where specific LED lights are being put on the plants so that they grow faster, and in a particular manner. There is some disinfection has to be done using those LED lights. Climate control systems are there for some in-house farming or indoor farming. And aquaponics is where you put certain nutrients in the water rather than the soil, and you grow the plants. Local food distribution and community engagement is part of the modern urban farming technologies, all as an integrated. IoT and smart farming. So IoT and industrial IoT, Internet of Things, that is, in the past, it was just a technology, but today it's used almost everywhere. It's like IoT devices, they throw probes, which, you can also use your mobile to capture those probes, and there are different applications and devices, and it's used across the industries, in the farming industry, in the mines and mineral industry, in the automotive industry. You have IoTs in your cars, so it's being used across the industries. So the connected sensors, they give you through the real-time data. It talks about, it gets the weather data integrated, the livestock tracking and health monitoring. So I will give you an example. There was one project that was like in one of our past organizations, wherein the livestock, there was prawn farming was done. So in order to prawn farming is done in they can be done in lakes or they can be done in ponds. So those prawn farming which was done in ponds, if if the prawn they fall sick, then it spreads across, and so all the prawns they will die, or they will not be doing any yield out of that. As a preventive mechanism, there were sensors fitted and there were cameras in the pond. So whenever there is a change in the water pH value, the temperature, and the quality of water, the color of the prawns, whether it is yellow or white. So based on those data inputs, the data is collected and it is processed, and the output will tell the monitoring person that, okay, so you need to put certain medicines in the water, or they are sick, or you have to put replace water, or fresh water you have to put, or whatever it has to be done, the action has to be taken. So that data for livestock tracking, that has been passed on using tech intervention. So that was done in one of my previous organizations. And then that was smart prawn farming that was being done. There is also a smart greenhouse with automated controls, remote farm management through mobile apps. Through mobile apps, you are able to know, you can also see wherever there are cameras are being fit in a specific farm, that also you can see. And other than that, also you have sensors and IoTs in your field. If there is any inputs that is coming which is actionable, you can take required action. And it's cloud based, so everything is accessible through mobile or tabs and stuff like that. And if there is any predictive alerts that you require, that can also be shared, and it is being used in many countries across the globe. This is one of the artificial intelligence in agriculture use cases. In fact, this was done in my previous organization in CSM, wherein the images that you get of plant, whether it is a disease is a virus disease, it is a fungal disease, or it is a bacterial disease, looking at the crop breed as well as the image of the crop. So the AI was able to, with a confidence level, as you can see, it gives you a confidence level on the right top. Wheat rust, 98% confidence. It says it is a wheat rust. Powdery amido or legal spots, leaf spots, mosaic virus, or nutrient deficiency, all of that. It gives you a percentage confidence. So if anything is more than 90% confidence, that means yes, there is a problem with that. So it will never give 100% confidence, because there can always be an error. But anything more than 90%, so that confidence level we can decide. So this shows clearly there is a disease in the particular crop. Then it will also recommend what is the kind of pesticide or insecticide or whatever you want to put. It will also recommend that. And the same can be done manually, or it can also again be done through technology using drone and other available automated devices with you, or technology intervention. So what AI does is disease detection using computer vision, yield prediction models, depending on how much yield was there year on year in a particular farm versus what is the particular quality of the plant this year, if there are any disease or not, plus what is the prediction of weather. All that integrated can give you a prediction of the yield that is going to happen. Any pest identification, soil health analysis, market advisory systems, that okay, so the cotton price is going to go up because of this reason, or the paddy price will come down because of overstocking, or whatever it is. So it will give you all this market advisory that is also being leveraged. Chatbots and decision tools and crop varieties. So this is not something which is futuristic. This is currently happening. All of this is currently happening, and it's not only happening in globally worldwide. It's also happening in parts of India, in different places. So just moving ahead. Then there is biotechnology interventions. So when we say biotechnology interventions, there is gene editing is there. Then there is stress resistant crops. So these are the things which ensures that we have optimal farming or crops. For example, stress resistant, when we do some gene editing, we try to get some stress resistant crops. That stress means with extreme dryness or a lot of rain, it is able to, it's more resistant, it doesn't get spoiled, or resistant to different bacterial infections or microbes. And that is also something on biofortification. It's more like, you give it a vaccine or medicine, something like that. Just like humans, it's a vaccine or medicine, or cold flu, something similar. Biofortification, to it fortifies the crop. Then tissue culture is quite popular. Biofertilizer and microbial soil solutions are, it is to avoid artificial fertilizers. How the biofertilizers or microbial soil is used to increase the yield. And then there is a precision breeding, that which are the best quality of crops, how to breed them more. And there is something, cross breeding also happens, and it is optimized in different plants. Robotics and automation. So there are autonomous tractors, which is basically manless. So they can do a lot of things. Autonomous tractors can do stuff that. Then there are robotic harvesters, which will harvest, or weeding robots. It pluck out the weeds out of the plants, so that it will identify which are the weeds, which are the plants, and it will pluck it out. Automated grading, it also does a grading, that what grade it is. And then dairy robotics, like for example, you must have heard, so automated milking of the cows using different robotic solutions, that is pretty prevalent in the Western world. Warehouse automation, where the to make sure there is less, it is more efficient and less, in some sensitive things, hands are not used, and it is done automated by machinery. And labor efficiency, so that labor is put where it is required rather than across all the places. Then blockchain and traceability, another part of the entire food cycle. So traceability is for farm to fork. What do I mean by that? So while I was in IBM, there were two use cases in IBM, which is very pretty famous use cases. You can also see it online. So one man in New York, in one of the New York restaurants, fine dine restaurants, he asked, where does this fish come from? So they just go back, they scan the floor manager comes and scans the particular QR code of that particular fish from the packet where it had come. Then it traces it back to the pond in Indonesia, all through tracing which ship it came, who had which packing unit, like right from the pond, which farmer did the pick the fish, or fishing was done, which pond it was done, where it was done for packaging, which shipping company took it, where it was unloaded, and how it came. So all that trace and track of that particular fish from the pond to the final was done by blockchain, just to ensure that the entire record is not tampered. Something similar is for Colombian coffee. If you buy a Colombian coffee in the packet, you use the QR code, you can see the entire trace and track of right from the day it was plugged till it was available to you to consume in your kitchen. What is the entire path it has gone through. So this ensures the supply chain is transparent, the quality is certified, and as part of the blockchain and traceability, there is also smart contracts. What smart contracts, just to simplify the understanding, if certain conditions are fulfilled for a farmer, like they come and they so the farmer was supposed to deliver, say, 150 kgs of XYZ or wheat. So the farmer delivered 150 kgs of wheat. Once that is delivered and the quality is checked, accepted, so the receiving party, they will say received, then automatic the money gets transferred to the bank account. So that is smart contract. So it is all in contract, that this much amount, whatever it is delivered, this tick mark is done, everything is online. So then you automatically get the money. So this reduces any kind of fraud, or at the same time, if we look at the entire blockchain concept and traceability, it's a consumer trust that it is not tampered with. Because if it is tampered at any touch point, then it can clearly be known that in that particular touch point before the packaging happened, there was a tamper in the particular, because it's a hashtag that keeps on adding on top of the previous hashtag as it goes. That hashtag is a unique ID, and unique ID becomes further unique at every touch point added on top of that. So it is, you cannot tamper that particular thing. So it also ensures you address the premium markets. So digital extension of advisory services. This is just to ensure that mobile advisory apps, video learning platforms, SMS services, virtual farmer communities, e-commerce platforms, digital finance, last mile connectivity, all that is achieved so that the farmer benefits from the digital presence. And today, I think farmers across the country and globe, they are leveraging the best use of mobile and digital presence and digital services that is being utilized by the farmers. More penetration has to be done, but the start has already it has already started and moving in the right direction. Renewable energy in agriculture. I think renewable energy is because a lot of geopolitical uncertainties across the world. Very important that the renewable energy is leveraged and maximized in the use of agriculture, especially solar and wind energies, because they are unlimited for our times, and maybe many times to come, because without sun and wind anyway we will not survive. So they are renewable energies, solar irrigation pumps, solar drying units, biogas from waste. Waste can also be reused and leveraged. Wind energy, of course. A lot of focus on EV. Interestingly, more focus on EV right now in India than in the US, because there was a change in the government directives. But yes, we see a lot of electric vehicles across the world, including now in India. I think it's become pretty popular for people to move to electric vehicles, which is good. Maybe a little costly in the beginning, but more efficient down the line, more cost effective, and good for the climate. Energy efficient cold storage, that also, when we leverage maximum solar power, solar energy, then it will make it more energy efficient and cost efficient, and lower carbon footprint. So carbon footprint, I think now even the industries which are non-agriculture, they are being that there is a guidelines. In fact, the mandate is going to come very soon, where they have to say the carbon footprint, they have to make it net zero. So a lot of companies, they have committed to the same. India is committed to become net zero. I think it is 19 for 2047 is what they plan to do. So net zero is basically, say, even if there is an IT company, the IT company has so many servers and laptops running, and which produces a lot of heat and carbon footprints to the environment. So what it says is, so this much is your carbon footprint that you have generated. This much is what you have to trade off. And how do you trade off? Say a software company or a banking bank, they cannot, they generally don't grow trees. So a particular company which grows trees to make the environment green, they will say, so you buy this much carbon credits from them, so that you trade off and make it net zero. So for example, if say I am an IT company and I am supposed to grow 1,000 trees, I cannot grow 1,000 trees. I pay for those net zero to that particular company which grows those 1,000 trees. That way, I will be able to contribute to the net zero. That is how we lower the carbon footprint across the world. And yeah, we spoke about vertical farming. So I think it's much prevalent in India as well. Across, as you can see on the pictures, we have the controlled environment agriculture and vertical farming as well. And hydroponics and aeroponics, as I said earlier, they are basically whenever you want the tree not to be put on soil, they are on water. In water, you put nutrients, something like that. And aeroponics is when the roots are on the air and you do the required on that. So then LED lighting we spoke about, year-round production. So you have to use technology so that the same land can, I think that is traditionally for hundreds of years in India, we do that in how year-round, which crop at what season will make that year-round production happening. And technology helps to improvise and optimize the same. Urban farming, we spoke about in the beginning, 90% water savings. So by doing all this intervention, we are actually, if you look at on the right hand side, whatever you see, you are saving water and productivity also increases. Success story Israel. Why Israel? Because see, Israel is has done a lot of innovation in, for example, drip irrigation. Drip irrigation was started by, they have invented this, Israel. So they are pretty good at desert farming, drip irrigation, all of that, precision farming. They were pioneers in that, because if you look at places which were total desert in Israel, they have optimized farming from those places. They are leader in agri-tech, very strong research and development ecosystem. They do a lot of exports also, and they also, I think they share the technology with India also. So of course, because their government has a policy support and water efficiency. So this is about why I picked Israel. We could have picked any other place as well, including Canada. But Canada, why I picked Israel? Because Canada, the environment, it's very very good soil. Everything is good for farming. But Israel is where they did a lot of technology intervention. India is not far behind. In fact, India is doing wonders. Today, India, maybe 25 years back, India was paddy surplus in, paddy deficit in most of the states. Today, it is paddy surplus in most of the states across the country. So India is doing wonders. But that is also a problem. I will tell you a particular use case. So 50 million farmers on digital platforms already. That is great. That is a great achievement. And we have, these are the success, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana, Enam Yojana, Kisan call centers, drone spraying is happening in many states, soil health cards, and FPO empowerment. These are some of the success stories which is happening in India. So one of the use cases which like my previous organization, CSM Technologies, they did was, as I said, MSP is, so because of MSP, so you know what is MSP, right? I'm sure everybody knows, or most of you know what is the MSP. That is more like the government guarantees that whatever is the market price for the eligible farmers, they will buy a certain amount of paddy that is declared in more than the market price. For example, just an example, XYZ is 100 rupees, then government will buy it at 130 as an example. That it is the minimum support price. They provide little more than that for eligible farmers for the quantity of, say, paddy they are selling. So what has happened is, because of this MSP, a lot of farmers, those who were deserving farmers, of course, they got the MSP price and they benefited. And a lot of farmers or landholders who were not deserving also, like there was no paddy in their land. It was a barren piece of land or even a pond or something like that. They declared they have a paddy land, and they will buy from the market at X amount, and then sell it to government at X plus one amount. So something like that kept on happening. So you buy from a different state and sell in this state and blah blah. So a particular state, they had this challenge, and so they asked us to come up with a tech intervention. And what we did beautifully is that first we took the digital images or high resolution satellite imagery of all the initial certain districts, and then the entire state it was taken. So after the photography or high resolution satellite imagery was taken, it was superimposed with the land cadastrals, that what is the particular plot, what is supposed to be each of them. Then we superimpose those with the actual images versus which was declared as a paddy field. And we did machine learning algorithms in artificial intelligence. We processed those images, and a lot of calibration we kept on doing calibration, and then we came out with a certain number of doubtful plots. So the doubtful plots were of different kinds. Say, for example, a particular plot was declared this much of yield had happened last year. This year suddenly it became double. Or this was the plot was in one person's name, now it is in three persons' name. So all of this permutation and combination, we did first of all the data, we triangulated the database to filter out any doubtful cases. And then we did the superimposing of the actual images versus what was declared as paddy field, or it was paddy or wheat or mango or pond or whatever. And then finally, we gave a set of plots that these are the doubtful plots. And those doubtful plots, we cannot purely go by technology. So that was a field survey to be done. And then was a field inspector which goes and sees whether, okay, when we say that there is no paddy here, it is only a pond, or there is no paddy here, it is only a barren piece of land, they will go and validate that. So it was up to the first round, it was up to 85%. It turned out to be what we said as fraud was actually fraud. And some of them which we thought it was a pond, the irrigation probably was done more, so it looked like water or pond to the images, but it may not be that. So that validation has to be done physically. Now the problem is, yes, it was 85 to 90%, it was correct, accurate. However, there is a chance that even the physical inspector can get compromised, right? So what we did is we also created a mobile app. The inspector will physically go to the plot and take images of the particular crop, whether it is paddy or it is mango or it is nothing. Only when you are inside that 5 meters of 5-10 meters inside the plot, then only the mobile app will get enabled, because it is geotagged, latitude, longitude, timestamp, server directly, it is all enabled. So you cannot fake that. So you have to go inside and take an image, then it will process the image and it will again identify what it is. So it is all technology intervention. And I will not tell exact figure, but there were thousands of crores that was saved by the government by figuring out that there was some leakage happening out there. So this was a great job done by government, because it is the people who should get the benefit should definitely get it, but those who try to see a gap in the policy and take benefit out of it as a fraud, they should always be singled out. And that is exactly what was done in this particular state by my organization in the past. Barriers to technology adoption. Yes, there are some barriers to technology adoption in certain remote parts. High cost, low digital literacy, connectivity gaps, small land holdings, half acre, 1 acre land, it could be, so maybe large, you cannot have a automated tractor in a half acre land or drones running in 3 acres land, right? It will be more costly. So awareness gap, technical support issues, policy challenges, these are the things which are there as a technology adoption barriers. And enabling of technology is also there. Government provides a lot of subsidies to the right eligible farmers. Public-private partnership, that is very important for any industry, especially the agri-tech industry, agriculture industry. A lot of training programs for farmers, demonstration of farms, custom hiring centers, infrastructure improvement, role of FPOs. So these are different kind of enabling technologies which typically digital literacy has to be percolated across, so that everybody can leverage or take benefit of the same. By the way, as you can see, these are the images which again I used AI for that. On the top, you can see they are all Gemini images. This is Gemini images. So and then there is a co-pilot for the design. So AI is everywhere. Even in the past, whenever I used to give a presentation, it used to take me the entire day to get PPT ready. I think I did this in maybe 10-15 minutes. I was ready with the PPT, maybe half an hour max. I think 20-25 minutes I was done with all the slides. So this is what technology can do. Future technologies on horizon. Of course, there is quantum computing. Then there is nanotechnology. There is synthetic biology, swarm robotics, 6G. 6G is going to come. 5G is already there. 6G, maybe it will just make things even faster. And digital twins are basically, it's more like whatever you do in your device, in your tab, the same thing in real world, it gets that what action you want to do, or you want to see the same thing, it gets replicated out there. And brain computer interfaces. So this is something this is all futuristic. This is Mr. Elon Musk brain computer interfaces, the neural links and stuff like that. That is the future that will come, but there is time for the same. Building sustainable food. Traditional knowledge plus technology is what is going to be always helpful. Climate and smart agriculture is to ensure that you work along with the climate, and if climate is not friendly, in spite of the climate, the smart agriculture will ensure that yield is there. And then there should be kind of a circular economy in multiple stakeholders within the entire foods ecosystem, where everybody benefits, and it's a comprehensive growth of livelihoods across farmers and everybody in all touch points. Cold chain waste reduction, so cold storage from transportation as well as for storage, that optimization. Regenerative agriculture, we spoke about it. Carbon monitoring, we spoke about it. And biodiversity conservations, that's something which is one of the building blocks of sustainable food systems. Key recommendations. We continue to invest in R&D. Our government continues to invest in R&D, which the government has been doing a lot. And I think not only our central government, but every state government has been doing a lot, and more has to be done. And I think we should continue to invest in R&D, because R&D investment is the thing which reaps long term. Farmer-centric technology, more and more farmer-centric technology has to be done. Rural digital infrastructure, I think that is the key, because that is where the farming comes from. Enabling policies, public-private partnership, more and more public-private partnership has to be. Capacity building, yes, and inclusive access. Inclusive is very important. It has to be inclusive. It cannot be only to one part of the society. So any technology which the last mile farmer is not able to use, then it's not really bringing the best benefit out of it. So the last mile farmer should be able to use technology for his or her betterment. Say for a very simple things, for example, whenever there is here there is a harsh weather, for example, in Canada where I stay, snow blizzards and everything, suddenly it happens there is going to be a snow blizzard. So say when I'm gone out, say to a mall here for buying something like Walmart or Costco or somewhere, and there is a snow blizzard coming, so immediately there I get an announcement in the mobile phone, that immediate announcement that you have to take shelter or something like that. So these are the kind of things It's also there in India. I think we have the announcement systems in many states. It is used for a specific reason whenever there is maybe during election times or some other times when there is in case of Odisha when cyclone comes and all. So those kind of is very important that it is circulated properly for farming and weather also for across the entire chain. Technology is not just an option, it's an imperative for the future of agriculture. One of my friends, I think it was very nicely said, you cannot undo technology, you can always get onboarded to that to make things better. Say, for example, we cannot do away with mobile phone today or smartphones today. We cannot go back to Nokia or we cannot go back to landlines for that matter. We have to be onboarded with that and take the best use of it. Similarly, like many technology came and went. So there was a lot of craze about AR, VR, but it never took off, right? But but AI will be there because see, any technology which is impacting the common man, that is going to stay. Say, for example, internet, when it came, people thought it was a fad, but it stayed because it started impacting common man, common people. Same with .com, it was a bust because it did not really, at that point of time, it did not impact the common man. But today, AI is impacting all of us. So our mobile is full of AI. Everything that we watch. So I think most of you watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, and stuff like that. So everything that we watch, even the curation of the story. Say in season 3, one protagonist died, and there was a lot of feedback given that we love that character should not die. In season 4, that person will get 20 bullets, but he will survive and come back and from the hospital. So that happens because even the writing of the story is done by technology curates it. Of course, there is a lot of human intervention, but it is only to oversee. Even writing the story itself done. I think many of you would have also published your books by taking help of technology. It was not possible to do that, a couple of years back. So there is a good and bad of everything. The best is you get onboarded. See, any one of you want to write a book, you can do that. You can sit today, by today evening, you will have a book ready which you can publish in Amazon Kindle. You can become an author. You have to give ideas. Ideas is yours. You have to keep optimizing that ideas, and it will keep helping you write it. You can use any tool. You want to use ChatGPT, you want to use Grok, you want to use Gemini, you want to use Cloud, Anthropic, you want to use Perplexity, anything you want to use. I think more or less all of them are good. However, my personal favorite is Grok. I will tell you why. See, ChatGPT is great. I think everybody uses it, gives pretty much good answers. And what ChatGPT does is whenever you ask any question, it will always appreciate you. It will always say, wow, wonderful, what an excellent idea. That's a great way of thinking. And so you become happy. It doesn't challenge you. But what Grok does is it challenges you. It will keep questioning your decision. So it keeps pushing you back. Gemini is a balance of both. But so I like about Grok is, I keep pushing Grok if I have some queries and I am not convinced. Grok is also not convinced. And finally, I will say, okay, I win, you lose. Grok replies, I never lose. You have a different prospect, I have a different, but I don't lose. So this is what Grok does. And it's not only about interaction with this AI tools. So today, when I want to build an app, I want to build a website, a full-fledged application, which does a lot of database integrations, transformation, stuff like that. Everything I'm able to do, use tools. In the past, it was, it used to take a lot of time to have those applications ready. But today, you use things like Replit, you use Bolt, you use Lovables. For designing, you can use Framer. For backend, you can use Supabase software. So there are so many tools out there which you can. So any one person out there among you, close to 200 people, you want to become a founder of a software company, you can become. You don't need people to hire immediately. Yes, in down the line you will require. there will be solopreneurs in 2026. Solopreneurs are a single person company, and the world will see that the first solopreneur billionaire is going to come in 2026. That is what um, you know Sam Altman and others are saying. What that means, a single person. So if you want to start a agri-tech company, agriculture technology company, you can do that as a single person. You can hire an AI agent called marketing AI agent, one as sales AI agent, one as subject matter expert AI agent, something like that. You can have a team of 10 people. They are all AI agents. They will work for you. Yes, but when you grow, when I say $1 billion, that is product based. But if you want to be purely services based, then yes, you will have to eventually hire people and do that. But the point is, you are in great times. And anyone who's not techie, I think this is my personal experience and suggestion to you, recommendation to you. You don't have to be techie, because it was never a better time than today. You don't have to write a single line of code. It is only your ideas that and the right tool that you have to use, and you can do whatever you want to do in today's world. These are great times actually, and this will be there for the entire, at least 2026 is going to settle down. So anyone has any dream to start a food chain, food company, or agri-tech solutions, or anything you want to do, even in education, you can do that. And today it's great times, and it was never better than what it is today. Okay. So with the solution is simple. Every day you watch something, right? A TV or Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever OTT. Every day 1 hour or at least 30 minutes. Just watch something which is related to what's happening across the globe in the technology front. Watch a learning video. In anything technology interventions, we spoke about so many technology today, including AI. Learn about something, and then you will get ideas, because there are so many great minds out there, great founders who have built money from nothing, and suddenly they were all millionaires, even billionaires. Our very own Perplexity guy, he's a multi-billionaire today. And only a few years back, he started from zero. Arvind, right? So so the with conclusion is, I diverted a bit, but coming back, great times to leverage technology, to optimize agriculture, to plug the leakage. It was never as good as it is today. With I think that, thank you very much. My name is Nilabdi Samantra. I'm there on LinkedIn. If any one of you wants to connect with me, type this name, you'll find me. Send me a connection request. I will accept it. And if there is something specific you want to talk to me about, then I will also share my phone number with you so that we can chat. Otherwise, you can just send me a message on LinkedIn and I can address your queries. Okay. So these are some of the sources, references from where I took, some data points. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Manjot.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and valuable words. Now, this is a doubt clearing session. If anyone has any doubt or question regarding this topic, he or she may kindly post them in the chat box. Sir will address and answer the queries one by one.
Please go ahead and ask me if anyone has any queries. I'll be happy to answer. Aabhas is nice information, sir. Industrial IoT and sensors, which are different, available for farmers and shrimp farmers now and in future. What is expected? See, the sensors and IoTs, it's just scrolled up. Okay, there are many questions coming, so it just went away. Okay. Yeah, so yes, there are all the sensors and IoTs, they are meant for different purpose. And many times it is customized for specific needs. So sometimes you get it ready to use in the market for a particular say particular purpose, and sometimes you have to go to a company which will customize it for a specific usage. So yes, there are some IoTs which are ready to use. For example, RFID sensors, RFID readers, they are all ready made. So if there is a boom barrier you want to set up, you just go to the market, buy them and fix it. But if there is some customization required, yes, the same company can give you the details about which are the companies who can kind of customize it, and what is good for the underwater, what is good for the overwater, and all that. So it's all available in the market. How IoT and smart farming helps in poultry and fish farming. See, IoT and in case of poultry, so you would know that there is a lot of what happens in case of chicken is when one of the chicken falls sick, like bird flu, then it percolates to multiple chickens, right? And slowly the entire the big cage, all of them, they fall sick, and then they have to be either killed or they have to be buried and stuff like that. If you have those cameras fit in particular, so camera can identify any disease, right? This pretty smart machine learning processing happens in the back end. You fit the cameras and IoT, industrial IoT out there, IoTs. So if there is more heat getting generated or a particular gas or some issues happening, it will send alerts. If the poultry is catching some disease, it can be livestock, can be anything. It can be if you are doing for milk, cow, sheep, goat, whatever farming, pig or fish. So it will send you those IoT, the images, the conditions and stuff like that, and then you can address it. Answering you, Akhilesh. Asta, which crops can grow in vertical farming? So, Asta, there are many crops which can grow in vertical farming. It depends on which part of the country and which farmer requires that particular. It can be like lettuce, spinach. Spinach is your palak, or if it is tomatoes, cucumbers, all of that can be grown in vertical farming. So just to answer that. लेटी तो वो होता है ना जो आपको मैकडोनल्ड्स में खाते हो बर्गर के अंदर, दैट्स इट. Ambika Devi, okay, greetings, good evening, sir. Thank you for the insightful session. I want to ask, I want to ask, have you done any projects in the Northeast India so far, and are there any plans to do so in the future in this region like Manipur, given the region's potential and current lack of technological support? So Ambika, see. I would have loved to go there and be part of any project. Just that I have moved out of India, so I have relocated to Canada. And in future, yes, I will definitely love to go there and be part of the the Manipur ecosystem. But right now, I'm in Canada, and I've just started a company here. Yes, I will keep note of that, Ambika, and I'm sure there is a lot of things being done there, and I don't have the details and data points with me, but yes, in future I would definitely like to be part of the ecosystem for technological support. If anything I can do, I can contribute, that would be great. You can always ping me, Ambika, as a message. Yeah, I will keep this as note. And I have Sanjay Kumar. It says elaborate dairy farming related advanced AI tech. See, dairy farming related, not particularly AI tech, but like for example, if you talk about milking of the cow itself, is done by technology intervention. So in many of the countries, it's not that prevalent in India, but yes, it is done by automated machines and stuff like that. What it can be done in through AI is basically what you are doing is automated monitoring of through data integration and herd management. So how you can do that is if a particular area you are able to monitor that through either through satellite imagery, or you have some you can say the cameras placed, you can also do that herd management. but it can be expensive for you. If it is not required, you may not do it. But other things you can definitely do, like animal health, optimize nutrition of, if you are doing you have a cow herd, you want to predict what is the productivity, how much of milk they will produce this year versus last year, or how to optimize the same, what is their feed. You have to put all those data, and it will give you improving efficiency and profitability in dairy operations, that what will be the best, what food you are giving versus what you should be giving, and how much nutrients. If you have taken some urine samples and something came out from that, can be ingested as an input, and blood sample and urine sample from the livestock, and accordingly you can find out. Then I have Riaz Bhatt. Thank you, sir, for sharing valuable information. Thank you, Riaz. Appreciate your attending the session. It was really good that you attended. And yes, you can connect with me and we can talk if you have any questions. Aishan Mukherjee, sir, for deeper research related queries related to genetics. Which AI tool is better? See, deep research, to be honest, see, ChatGPT is pretty good. There is no issues with that. Deep research, Perplexity, they is known for deep research. However, for me, if you have to kind of subscribe, if you subscribe, then Gemini has become better. It was really, I used to dislike Gemini because it was not good, but the new versions after 3.0, it has really become good. And if you see, it takes $20 to $25 is what a monthly subscription cost is. But you get a lot better answers if you subscribe either to SuperGrok or to Gemini subscription, or even now you are getting the ChatGPT also, GPT Go, right? You can subscribe 1 year, it is free. Perplexity is free for 1 year if you have an Airtel connection. So it depends what you want. But personally, deep research right now for me it is Gemini. In the past, I used to like more ChatGPT. Perplexity, a lot of people like it. I'm not a fan yet, but yeah, that is also good, is what I have heard. Okay, and then how can we become climate resilient in farming sector? Climate resilient. See, if you look at what is being done in Israel, so a lot of farming, for example, to start with, irrigation has to be taken care of. Yeah, there has to be multiple channels of irrigation that is provided, so that rain or no rain, it will be fine. So some crop can go for indoor. Diversity crops, you can go for diversity crops. Precision farming has to be done, and things like that. Then it will be able to address the particular need. Oh, that's I see there are 243 people. That's wonderful. So good to see such a good attendance. I'm glad so many of you are here attending it. Now next question I will go. Which AI tool gives the solutions and agricultural ideas, concept, etc.? See, you can use any of the tools, more or less, because all of them, they work on large language models. So Shreya is asking this question. Yeah, Shreya. All of them are large language models. Some are on billions of parameters, some are on trillions of parameters. All are large language models, so that can give you pretty much good solutions. Okay. Then Murli Krishna, which AI tools gives the solutions and agriculture ideas? It's the same question, and answer is anything Gemini or ChatGPT. How safe are the drones to use in agriculture? Have there been any cases of disuse, damage of crops? So that is Sayar is asking the question. So Sayar, to answer your query, that how safe is drone? Well, basically drones are pretty much, it will not be harmful, because drone is something you use for spraying of pesticides and stuff like that. So you don't use drone for any direct say you're not touching the props for that, neither there is any rays or x-rays coming out of it. So this is pretty much safe from that perspective, and I don't think it will impact any negative impact as such. Okay. Then which AI tool gives the solution to agriculture ideas, concepts? Murli, the answer is same. You use ChatGPT or Gemini or any of those, it will be fine. And Sayar says, oh, okay. Now I was repeating the questions. Varsha says, Dr. Varsha, MSP of product, any IT tech is helpful for farmers. See, for farmers, there are a lot of applications which is there. Each state has different application where they want to kind of, because they say for the state of Odisha, for the state of Karnataka, for the state of Andhra, all states, they will have different state government policies and opportunities. So there are different tools available for different farmers, which is specific to specific state. So that you can definitely search, Google it, and you will find out what tools are available right now for the specific state that you are referring. Snehal Pandit, sir, how can we start to implement IoT and start smart farming, as there is a lack of information about the technology among farmers? So Snehal, it all starts with the ecosystem, that smart farming, where you want to do it, for what is the particular, like what is the whether it is for plants, it is for livestock, it is what is the area, what are the current benefits and subsidies, all of that. And for IoT devices, whether it is required. So for example, IoT for 1 acre land, you may not need IoT. If it is 30 acres of land, yes, you will definitely need IoT, where you will be able to monitor everything and all smart farming, and whether there is enough irrigation water is there or not. So it all case to case now. So case to case basis, you have to decide how you can use it. Dr. Savita Chauhan. It was a real, very informative session. Can this technology be cost effective for small and marginal farmers, and how technology helps to increase their economic conditions? Yes, it can be cost effective. In fact, things are become more and more cost effective with time. And as you see, all the technology which was expensive has, with time, when production increases, the cost of cameras, the cost of IoTs, everything will keeps on reducing with time. Electronics, always the price comes down, it never goes up for the same, because a newer version keeps coming, so the older version always comes down, the prices comes down, which gives the same kind of effectiveness. Any experience in sericulture to manage microclimate through AI? I don't have a direct experience with as such farming. Yes, tech intervention, yeah, I have been part of the projects where there was a tech intervention done in farming. So sericulture, no, as such, I have not personally been involved in that. For small and marginal farmers, which is most suitable for IoT or AI? See, they can leverage AI from weather forecast, market conditions, and what are the subsidies. So there are, as I said, every state has a different application available, tool available. And it's all in Android devices. They can download in the local language, because Bhasini is which helps to translate in every local language. So a farmer from Karnataka can have it in Kannada, or from Punjab can have it in Punjabi. So you can always have customized applications. Thanks, sir. This was a wonderful presentation. That was Thakur from Himachal Pradesh. So thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure, real pleasure. Thank you, Manju. Thanks all.
Thank you, sir. Maybe all the queries are solved. We'll share your email with the participants for future queries if you are comfortable with that.
Yes, sure. I'm fine. No problem with that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and valuable words, and for graciously sparing your precious time to be with us today. Now, I also warmly welcome and thank you, each one of you, to this week of learning, collaboration, and innovation. May Plant 2025 sow the seeds of knowledge, nurture the spirit of entrepreneurship, and harvest the fruits of sustainable growth for generations to come. Now, it's time to extend my special thanks to Professor Gurpreet Singh, CEO and founder of Agriverse Green, for taking the initiative to organize this event. I also express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Rajinder Beniwal, Dr. Harvansh Singh Bhairnia, Dr. Gushminder Singh, Lavjit Singh, Gurdeep Singh, and Arshdeep Singh for their valuable support and contribution. Now, as we come to the final day of the Plant 2025 training program, we extend our sincere gratitude to the all participants for being an integral part of this learning journey. Your active participation, commitment made this program truly meaningful and successful. We hope that the knowledge, insights, and skills gained during this training program will prove valuable in your academic research and professional pursuits. Looking ahead, we are committed to organizing more such training programs, workshops, and knowledge enhancement events in the future to support the continuous learning and growth of student researchers and farmers. Moreover, we are also organizing a one-day free webinar to share knowledge on intellectual property rights, including patents, trademarks, and copyrights. This webinar is free of cost and open to all. We encourage everyone to take advantage of this valuable learning opportunity. Now, once again, thanks to all you for being a part of Plant 2025, and thank you for your patience, trust, and precious time, and thank you to be with us today. Thank you once again for your participation, and we wish you great success in all the future endeavors. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.